Man, Ross, I hope all is well. Yeah, give a little bit prices. The SPY look like it's gonna go to new highs this week. We got right now 555. I still don't like the daily though. You know, it can curve up. Don't get me wrong, but I still do not fully trust it. But according to what I'm seeing here on the daily, yes, it it broke past that 21, and it also tried to squeeze past that last previous all-time high. When we look at the weekly, it has a little more strength. I had shortened the Fibonacci level, which we now have a 768.74 on 38% on the Fibonacci extension. That's possibly where we can actually go. First, you still want to break above. We'll break above. What's that? 750, 758, 760. Then we good for that 768. So 758, 760, and that should be the route to 768. That's for SPY. If we was to get a dip, we should get back to the 144. The 21 is either 144 moving average, the 21 moving average, or the 50-day moving average, even the 50-day moving average. So we got 740, 743, and 745. It's great prices to look out for a bounce. That's if we was to go down. Now, most of the time we break the 200, it always retrace before we actually take off. So it's a good chance we come back down to the 743, 745 area. But if we do have strong continuation to the upside, we want to see 758 being snapped to take us back to that last all-time high, which is 760. If we get past 760, we're looking for that next level on the fib, which is 768. We're going to go straight to SQQQ. The way I've been looking at this, it is possible for the SPY to see all the highs. Very, very possible. We go into the 4 hours. We still showing slight downtrend, not too much, which that should tell us the market is going to have a pullback or a retest, I should say, more of a pullback. It should be more of a retest. Retesting certain levels we broke, going up to show those last resistance as new support. So with SQQQ, we still having some downtrend. The hourly starting to come back up, so we can go back to 3640. That's one price. 3713, or even 3894. Now we get back to that 40. That's to cover this gap. We're really 3970. That's to completely cover the gap. But according to the daily, this thing also can pop out the sky out of nowhere. I wouldn't sleep on that. It's the same way how I feel possible puts is like the rug can get pulled as far as all the other equities that I've been watching. But with this, this look like it can get a pop right back to the 21 moving average, and that's at 40. And if it does, that's a good route for that 48. That's if it does, but if it keeps breaking lower, obviously it's going to be a slow drop to at least 35, maybe even 33. Now, I can shorten this Fibonacci too. Let's see, how should I short it? I'm going to come back to this, y'all. I'm going to come back to this another time. I don't want to take too much time in the video. Changing the Fibonacci around. Okay. So if SQQ can't break back above the 3671, it should see 33. Now, if it can, we should see 38, maybe even 40. But if we see strength, once we get to 38.40, we still see strength behind SQQQ. That let us know we should continue going up according to what the daily is telling us. So we're going to go straight to NVDA. We got 211. Like we stated, 21 moving average at 214. It looks like it do want to curl up to at least get to that 214 at least. But according to the daily, again, I do not like it. But the 4 hours, yes. It looks like we can get to the 215, 214. That's the 200 moving average or the 144 moving average. We go to the 2 hours, it's starting to show a little red on Instagram, which we showing the 200 as the ceiling so far, and that's 212. So it could be possible we can range between the EMA 400 and the 200 moving average. So it's either we stay above the EMA 400 or stay below the 200 moving average. So if we was to break above, that means we should be going to 215, 214, 215. Those are good prices to look for as far as NVIDIA. Now, AMD, these guys are still showing a lot of strength. It's due to this weekly. And the monthly is very strong. Also, the quarterly. So we might have another quarter. This thing's ready to go to 1,000. I'm gonna just say that. This might be between this quarter and the next quarter. This thing mess around, be somewhere in the 700, 600 at least. But according to the daily, this thing can't give up. As of right now, we hanging right above the last all-time high, which is 546. We at 550. Now, with that being said, this thing can come back to that 21 for a correction. Not a correction, more of a retest. Maybe even a 200. But according to the weekly, this thing is really strong. So I won't be surprised if we push a little higher first. But my suggestion, if we was to break if we was to break lower, I can just about guarantee we should stop at 526. That's the Fibonacci level. I believe we're going to stay above the 526 from here on out. Now, if we can't break, we'll stay above 526. This thing can break back down to 471. that's actually possible. So we're looking at 516, 492, 485, 471. That's if we lose that 526. And 526 is right here. So watch out for that AMD. Go straight to SPY. I mean, we did SPY already. We're gonna go to these boys right here. They start to break down as we speak. This is where I don't trust calls. It's another company I don't, especially this. Due to the weekly is even weaker than all the other equities we just got price targets on. So because the weekly formulates like the way it is, and then the daily showing heavy bearish signals, this thing is not going back above that 89. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. So with that being said, this thing can slide down to 80 or 79. According to the 4 hour, yes. It looks like it want to retrace back to the 200. But honestly, every time we touch that 23% on the Fibonacci extension, so we can mess around, go right back down to that 70, what's the 79.80. And we have a death cross too. That's the 50 moving average crossing the 200. Also the 21 doing the same thing. And that's the very beginning of it. So no telling, this thing can get ugly. This is a good put play too. From here to maybe 80, 79. That's the same way I feel about Rocket Lab. But now Rocket Lab has much more strength behind the weekly, but it also giving out. It's also giving out. So with this daily, the way how it's formulated, is we see some more downtrend. And just to let you guys know, this is a major bearish engulfing on a daily. Major. Look at the 4 hours, yes, it looks like calls ready to take over. So, but first, we will want to see us break above the 21 in the 50-day moving average, which is 111. And so far, every time we get close to the 111, it gets pushed back down. But the 4 hours definitely does have strength to go back above to that 115, maybe even 120. You just got to be very careful. Have a little discernment on these certain resistances. As of right now, we're resisting at 200 on the 1 hour and 144. So if we can hold 108, 107 for today, which I doubt it, yo, I really doubt it, because of the daily. But if we can hold at 108, 107 for the rest of this week, this is showing good signs we can go back to 120, 125. So, in whole reality, guys, I don't fully trust calls just yet. Not on all equities, maybe AMD, but AMD look like they ready to have a retest, a slight pullback to the 200 moving average, and then maybe we can rally back up again. But with that being said, you have the Space Mobile Rocket Lab. These guys don't have no strength behind their indicators. And we also have now, it's just like the same thing I'm seeing on a daily. The weekly looks a little more stronger. And then Space Mobile or RKLB is definitely holding that 21 moving average. It's staying very close, but the daily doesn't look good. One thing I do see on the daily though, we bounced right off that 50-day moving average. And we haven't lost this price yet. And this is a hammer. It's a short-term bullish signal. So because it's short-term, that also can give you a heads up we can still drop. And we have a gap here at 95, 96 with a 1 hour kind of giving up already. So if it do lose this area, okay, this is all a support. If you look how many times we touched this area, you look at that dotted line, that's literally our support line. That's where price is at, but that could be a support or a resistance line. According to the MACD, this thing look like it ready to slide down some more. 2 hours, yeah, it look kind of bullish, but that can be, nah, it looks more bearish, guys. This thing is going down, y'all. I like this thing to go to 90, what, 96? Yeah, 90, 95, 96. But you want to be careful because you don't see it though. If we show any higher continuation on the upside, that 21 must get snapped. And the way yesterday was formulating, I don't think so, y'all. I don't think we have enough strength to stay above the 21. And with that being said, guys, if y'all want any type of coaching on how to read charts, hit me on a DM. I could give you the details. I also do one-on-ones. You know what I mean? I have a service to where I can train you one-on-one how to read charts and basically do the best that you can when it comes to protecting the possibility of losing. You want to protect your profits as much as possible and also analyze these price targets, knowing how to read price actions so you can go out there and trade, on your own analysis. But with that being said, I also have a service where I give you guys price targets to look out for. And with your discernments of chart fundamentals, you can trade on your own. So if you also just want chart reading, understanding the fundamentals or how to do your chart analyzations, you can also hit me on a DM. And with that being said, guys, please like and follow the YouTube. Subscribe to the Instagram if you would like. I'm going to start throwing small videos up there too. And you guys have a great day. Catch y'all in the next video. Peace. Hope this thing is clear.